Riverside, Landmine Blast, reaction video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at something that's brand new to me, a group that I've not listened to before. There's a lot of publicity going on about them at the moment. They've released their latest album and it's one that we're going to take a look at now. The group are called Riverside. I've not heard anything from them in the past. I know that they were formed in Poland. I know that there's been some tragedy within the band, but really more than that I don't know. I could start at the beginning, and that would appear to be the best place to start, but with the release of a brand new album, I thought it was a good place just to dive in. I will be going back and doing a review of the full album in the not too distant future, but today we're going to have a look at a track called Landmine Blast. I don't know what's coming, so we'll cue the video up, we'll have a listen to it, and then we'll come back at the end. Wow. Straight into a guitar solo here. Some energy in this. Feel like that.
Well, we've just exploded. Haven't realized.
Well, that sounds like Stephen Wilson.
In a place like this, you must watch your step
Stephen
all
Wilson.
the time. I guess it was that word. Oh, your stream of thoughts. Maybe you should know the world has changed since our last talk.
And now your nightmare is coming true. The crowd pounces upon you, and you can't escape.
We're polarized. We're atomized. Maybe you should know someone wanted to make us fight.
We have lost the sense of community, racing past each other, disconnected.
No, you don't have to try. Tonight's not your place to be anymore. You don't have to try. Tonight's not your fight, it's not your war. Tis love.
Boy, this is good. This is the band's 8th album, released on the 20th of January 2023. There's 7 tracks on the album, and the one that we've just listened to is the shortest one on that one, Landmine Blast. We have Marius Duda on vocals and bass, Petra Kozaradeski on drums, Michael Lapage on keyboards and hammered organ, and Magic Mela on guitar. That was a really impressive first listen for me, but this has got a real strong, heavy Porcupine Tree feel to it. It's different to Porcupine Tree, but when the vocals kicked in, I thought, my goodness, it's Stephen Wilson. It isn't Stephen Wilson, and a lot of elements in there. Very early lead guitar in there that sets the pace up quite nicely. You've got the band intensity that comes and goes within it. There is a strong beat throughout. There's that spoken little bridge section there. Once again, I'm not quite sure where that fitted in, but didn't detract. Chorus has got a very strong vocal and guitar duet competing with one another. That works really, really well. It then breaks into the guitar picking sound for a moment or two before it builds to a strong and quite unexpected finish. I really like that one. Why you've just exploded, haven't realised in a place like this you must watch your step all the time. So there's elements there of being careful in the world that's around you. You're never quite sure what's around the corner. I guess it was that word or your stream of thought. Maybe you should know the world has changed since our last talk. So is there a talk there of how the world's developing at the moment? There's wars, there's disease, there's pandemics. It's not the best of times for any of us at the moment, and potentially that's what that verse may be referring to. Now your nightmare is coming true, the crowd pounces upon you and you can't escape. Okay, well that sort of backs up that theory then that of all the things that could go wrong are going wrong, and when you look around there really is no escape, and many of us are feeling like that at the moment. We are polarised, we are atomised, maybe you should know someone wanting to make us fight. So there we have the potential for the conflict side of things, with everything going wrong. Do we fight back? Do we stick or do we go? Here it's saying then that there's the pressure on to make us fight. We've lost the sense of community, racing past each other, disconnected. Well, that's very true. Life very much today is rush, rush, rush. We really have lost that sense of community. Perhaps the olden day spirits where we all looked out for one another. It's not happening, is it, anymore? We can see that only too clearly. No, you don't have to try to deny it's not your place to be. No, you don't have to try to deny it's not your fight, it's not your war. Well, we have events going on in the world at the moment. We have a country that's been invaded by another country. Is it our fight? Should we be getting involved? I think what I can say from that is, on a first listen to this track, and it is a first listen to this track, and a very early exposure to the band, I'm really impressed. That particular track had got a lot going for it. It was challenging in both its music and also in its lyrics. I really like that one. Very good, and that whets my appetite to want to do a little bit more on Riverside. As far as Landmine Blast goes, what were your thoughts on it? Have you heard it? What did you think to the track? How good is it? How good do you rate Riverside? Let me know in the comments below exactly what you feel on this track. I love to hear your comments, and I'd love to see your comments, and I will reply to all of them, as you know. If you've liked the video, give it a great big massive thumbs up if you will, please. If you can consider hitting that subscribe button for me, that would be absolutely amazing. We're going along very nicely. We've got lots of new people on board at the moment. It's great to see, and I welcome you all, and thank you for subscribing, those that have. And apart from that, there's nothing more for me to say on this one, but we'll see you again next time on the album review channel. Bye for now.